Okay. I think we're ready. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Let's do it.
Esports. Hey, Brawlhalla.
Hey, what's up?
What's up? Welcome to the esports dev stream.
Yeah, it's
And,
Friday. You know what time it is.
It's Friday. You know, it's the best time. So for those of you who don't know, I'm Foda,
I'm TWK.
and we're part of the esports team here.
Yeah.
We get it done. So we have a lot of cool stuff to talk about for Brawlhalla Esports that's been happening recently,
Yeah.
and with what stuff that's coming up.
Stuff going on, stuff coming up.
Yeah,
So much stuff.
So much stuff is happening right now in Brawlhalla Esports, and a lot of stuff is being worked on that I can't quite talk about yet. But it's like, I gotta tell you, in the next month or so,
Yeah.
it's gonna be overwhelming the amount of things that are coming into Brawlhalla Esports.
It's pretty exciting.
But let's go back real quick. Let's talk about what's been happening pretty recently, and that is the Brawl League Open Cup.
Yeah.
And that's been super cool. We had a chance to cast the U.S. qualifier that happened on Monday.
That was a lot of fun.
We had a lot of fun doing that.
That was a lot of fun.
It was like some of the most hype things I've seen. One notable thing I remember is Crocky having to fight Doppy, his teammate Doppy,
Right?
in round 3 of pools. That was like, oh my goodness. And they both played so crazy well. And I think it was Doppy that won it. I can't remember now. He had so many awesome like weapon throw follow-ups. And it was really, really cool. And a lot of other, I mean, it was a really awesome event on Friday. And the week before that was EU Brawl League Open Cup. They had 2 qualifiers. There's always, every week it alternates EU and then US.
Yep.
Mondays
and Fridays.
Right, and it's Monday and Friday. So every week there's 2 qualifiers for a single region, and then next week alternates to 2 qualifiers, Monday and Friday for the next region.
Yep.
So that means tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern is the second U.S. qualifier.
Yes.
With our very own Raiden casting the first hour of it.
Oh my god. Who's he casting that with? Is it defensive?
It's defensive, yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be
so you got this
insane.
awesome opening for the Brawl League Open Cup.
Oh my god.
Raiden and defensive. I've never seen them cast together.
I don't
Never
think
happened.
they have before.
They have never done that.
This is gonna be-
That's
this is
sure to
awesome,
be
though.
really, really
Love
cool.
both those guys.
Yeah, man. That's sure to be really cool. I want to bring up the chat so we can see what. Hey, everybody.
Yeah.
What up, guys?
Yo.
Okay, so now to go even further back than what happened. So Brawl League Open Cup. That's what's going on right now. That's currently the running circuit event at the moment. There's plenty more on the way, and they'll all be running on top of each other. They won't actually.
There'll be a bunch of them overlapping, so you get to pick and choose which ones you want to enter, which ones you're available for.
Although usually we won't have an actual event scheduled at the exact same time, but they're always like a series, and
Open
they're going to kind of
registration and overlapping
Exactly. But before that, we had the Winter Championship.
That was crazy.
Which was super awesome.
Well,
over 4,200 entrants.
Hold on.
Whoa.
Before we go back to that, because you're talking about the Winter Championship.
Okay.
Oh, you were going to talk about like the current standings.
Yep.
But you've got me wondering what's going on with the current standings for Brawl League.
What is going on with the current standings in Brawl League? You
talked about this crazy play. You mentioned Crocky and Doppy.
Yeah.
I want to see.
So I was talking about.
What are we setting up for? Since Defensive and Raiden are casting that tonight.
Right.
What are we looking at?
So we're looking at a pretty interesting top 8 right now in the U.S. qualifiers. Right. There's only been one U.S. qualifier. So basically, the top 8 from the last event is who is currently qualified for the finals, right? So it's top 8 from 4 different events to create a top 32 finals day.
Right. And that's the bracket they'll play in for all the circuit points and prize pool.
So these 8 people that I'm about to name off right now are going to be in the 32-player Invitational Brawl League Open Cup Finals on March 4th.
Okay,
right?
and that one is split up again for NA and EU.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. It's all happening on the same day, but it's like EU for Winter Championship style,
we had EU last week. Take me through the EU current placings.
Okay, EU.
Who's in there?
Oh, well, we've had 2 different events in EU. So first I'm going to go over the first one.
Okay.
And we've got, look at this. We've got Q4R. We know Q4R. He's the guy He was the first person to defeat Daiku in an official tournament.
Oh, man.
That we had. Well, I mean, because it was official tournaments were new at the time, right? It was the very first BCS EU 1v1, yes. And nobody expected Daiku to go out in quarterfinals to a guy named Q4R that nobody's ever heard of. And but he certainly did it, and it was really awesome. I believe he's from Russia, Q4R. And then we've got Stimpy, nice. Good old Stimpy, who's also he's qualified in there.
He's been around a long time.
He's been around for a long time.
Before Brawl League started their Open Cup, I see him consistent placings throughout Brawl League events.
He's definitely one of the most skilled players in EU. And then we've got Viper, who's actually a pretty new name for me. I don't know who Viper is. Viper, that's VIP R3. And
yes. Vipre.
I don't know who Viper is actually. We're gonna have to have a talk with him. He's from Sweden.
Yeah.
He's a skilled player. He's obviously skilled because he got 5th place in the first EU qualifier for Brawl League Open Cup.
Very good.
Also in 5th place with Viper is Stardust. Wow. Now we all know Stardust because he's way old school, right? He's like before me.
Right.
He was, I remember fighting him in like the second ESL Open Cup way back in closed beta. And so he didn't really compete much last year in BCS.
Right, towards the end, yeah.
Right. And he didn't make it out to the World Championship. But here he is, starting strong in the Brawl League Open Cup, 5th place in the very first qualifier.
Man, oh man.
And then Multimum, 4th place. Wow. I don't know what that's. I guess we're all kind of expecting Multimum to be first place in everything these days.
Right? That's kind of the image that he's set.
Yeah, well, I mean, first place in Winter Championship, first place in Winter Championship 2v2. I mean,
second place World Championship 1v1. Like, he's set some expectations for himself.
Right. So let's not be too harsh on him. But Multimum, he is qualified.
Well, we'll see. We'll see where he lands. During that final 32 bracket.
Right. And then we've also got Aaron. Also, wait, before I go on. So even though Multimum's in 4th place now, he's not barred from entering any other of the qualifiers. He can go in the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th qualifier and just get first, and then
get better seeding for
he'll get better
final
seeding.
Event, right?
And so in 3rd place, Aram, who was Multimum's 2v2 partner at BCX. Super
very
cool guy.
Player.
We had the chance to meet him. Very skilled player, very cool person. And then Dobrian in 2nd place. Now Dobrian's kind of a mystery now, right? He's like, he's playing a lot lately, right? Yep. He's really working on. He's in the lab. He's making spreadsheets. He's compiling data.
Yep.
He's getting real serious right now. And 2nd place in the EU qualifier. Interesting. 1st place though. Addy Mestic, who I gotta say I'm not too surprised to see him at the top. He's a monster. Did so well in the EU Winter Championship, as we're going to see pretty soon. He came in 2nd place in 2v2 with Cake, and that was after losing way early on in quarterfinals or earlier, the match before quarterfinals, like round 8 or something like that. The match before quarterfinals, he lost to Hermisen and his teammate Aishet. I want to say Aishet. Yeah. Which nobody really expected. Those are good players, but Addy and Cake were one of the favorites. They went down real early on in the top 32 bracket.
But they made that lower bracket run. That's always so difficult, just because you have to play so many more games.
So that's Addy Mestic. He's qualified, and now that was the first EU qualifier. Now moving on to the 2nd qualifier, because they've already done a full week. They've done 2 qualifiers already. Yep. We've got Scythelight, new name. I don't know who Scythelight is. That's cool. I love seeing a new name in a high placing on a tournament. It's like there are people out there. Exciting. People have the skills. And a lot of people who are very good are just kind of discovering that, oh man, there's Brawlhalla Esports. There's money in this. I should be competition. I should get into the competition.
Oh yeah.
So Scythelight, maybe we'll see more of him. Lands qualified. Yep. Carpe Diem qualified. Another new name. And he only looks like he lost to Cetero.
Yeah.
Effie, 5th place. Naturally, super skilled player.
Yep.
Heard from Effie, he is gonna main the hell out of Nyx, the new character that just came out. And that's not surprising, right? He picked up Mirage like 100% Mirage.
Oh yeah.
As soon as she came out,
went hard learning the Scythe.
which was maybe more about just Scythe than Mirage, right? But we saw Effie play 100% Vrax in top 8 of the World Championship.
He's played a ton of blasters.
He's got blasters, right? He's got some really good blasters. And now Nyx Scythe blasters, it's perfect
dream
for him.
come true.
It's the dream. So we're probably gonna see he hasn't had a chance to compete with Nyx yet. Obviously, she just came out 2 days ago.
Right.
But we're gonna be seeing some of Nyx pretty soon, I bet.
Yeah.
Cetero in 4th place. Cetero, by the way. Italian player, super skilled player. Cake's old teammate before Cake got picked up by Reason and had to team up with Addy Mestic.
They always perform very well in 2v2s together.
Right. I also heard from Cetero he's very strongly considering coming to CEO Dreamland. Ooh. I know, right? We have a lot of international players traveling for CEO Dreamland. That's going to be really cool. And then Slug, also super skilled player, 3rd place. Wow. Yeah, he's a skilled player, but I wouldn't expect 3rd place out of him so quickly. But there it is, 3rd place. Q4R, he was 8th place in the first qualifier, now up to 2nd place. Improved his seeding.
Okay.
And then Dobré in 1st place. So he was 2nd in the first one.
Nice.
First now. I believe that might put him over Addy Mestic. I'm not actually too sure how they're handling the seeding there. But
yeah, the final of that. And since they are grabbing 8 players from each tournament, I think what they do is since Dobrane and Q4 are, double dipping there.
Right.
The invites.
It's actually going to scroll down a little bit. So let's scroll down a little bit and catch the next 2 players who got 9th place. Looks like Ice Pingu and Zaloxery. Interesting.
And then Logic and Stimpy as well.
And Stimpy.
Stimpy, who had already made a top 8.
Right. Yep.
So yeah, it looks like
he would actually be a little further up.
Those 2 invites will probably end up sliding down to either Ice Pingu, Zaloxery, or Logic. However, Brawl League is choosing to handle that. Interesting.
We'll see. And then going on over to US, which happened this Monday, just a little earlier this week. We've got the first name here is a very interesting name. OMG, it's Barry.
Yeah.
The artist.
I told you,
that
man.
Nobody knew was a serious competitor. He is.
He's good.
We were there. It was amazing. He is super good. He took down a lot of really good players. Took down Sid Barrett, who was 9th place at the Winter Championship.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Boomy, also in their 7th place. He was like, he was telling me he was like really tired by the end of it.
Yeah, I mean it was a late night.
So yeah, it did go on pretty late.
500 players in that event. Night. That was crazy.
Yeah, I don't think anybody was expecting that.
No.
But we got to start expecting that. That's what we're gonna get now. I mean, you got to do it on a weeknight. It has to work for the Western region as well, which is 3 hours behind. So 7 o'clock is kind of the only time we can do that. So yeah, sometimes. It'll go on into midnight, maybe. Yeah. Not too bad, but that's what happens when you win so much. You got to stay up late and compete.
Don't make it so far in bracket next time. Have a shorter experience.
So moving on up, as in qualifications for Brawl League, is iThrowo. He did really well in the Winter Championship. No surprise to see him this far. Also, Noel.
Yep.
Noel, we all know Noel, super skilled player. But Noel had switched to Hattori.
Yeah,
during that
was really interesting to see the change.
Yeah, we've never seen him play Hattori. He's been playing like 100% Asuri for a very long time now, and
even before that, it was Koji.
Right.
So even going a while back, Hattori's not usually in his stable of characters.
And he didn't switch off of Hattori. Even when he lost the round, he kept going with Hattori, so that was pretty cool. Astronaut, no surprise there. Yep. In fact, I would expect him to be even higher with how he played. He was like so
very
smooth. Mobile. One of the fastest tournament games I've ever seen. Right, he won a match in almost a minute, an entire match. That was so crazy. It was so silky smooth, man. It was like really cool. Wrenched. What a beast! Wrenched in 3rd place at that event. He played so crazy well. Yeah, that was really cool. Remy, who brought the Cassidy, he picked Cassidy That was the first time anybody's seen him play Cassidy in a tournament. He posted on Twitter right after that he had only been practicing Cassidy for 2 days prior to the tournament.
Wow.
Got second place in that event, losing only to Starlight, who was playing his signature Asuri, and had one of the best games of his life, I think. Like,
oh yeah,
at least from what I've seen. He had a finisher play that we will refer to in highlights for a very long time. He was as good as dead.
Edge guard.
He was as good as dead coming back. So he could have gone back, right? He was recovering up to the stage with following Remy, right?
Yep.
He got in front of Remy and then, with not enough jumps left to do this, turns around it was 3 different moves. I forget what the order. I think it was like ground pound, down air, side air, and just crushed him. And he had an extra stock, so he was able to go for a suicide kill like that, and it totally paid off. It was the coolest highlight ever. So
I gotta tell you, that's not the first time I've seen him do that either.
Yeah, it's smart. It's a smart play.
Sometimes
if you're
on
a stock
streams,
ahead, you can afford to do that. I mean,
to secure a kill, I've seen him dive so deep off the edge.
That's the way to do it, man. That's the way to do it, and I love seeing it. That's just really
if you're
exciting.
Up on stocks, that's like you can afford to trade them all day.
That's right. That's right. So that's everybody who's qualified so far for the Brawl League Open Cup. Tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern on Twitch.tv/Brawl League is going to be the second U.S. qualifier. So get hyped for that. It's going to be super awesome. Rated and defensive, starting things out with the casting there. And man. Brawl League Open Cup. It's been super great so far.
It's crazy.
After this week, there's going to be 2 more weeks, right? Another EU week, another US week, and then March 4th, the Brawl League Open Cup Finals. Very, very exciting time.
Wow. So that's a lot of community stuff going on, right? Brawl League, long-standing community organization.
Yes, very community-oriented stuff here. I think I know what you're getting at, and I completely agree with where we're going here.
Oh, yeah.
Let's give away some community colors.
Yeah, let's do it. All right. So how we run it, on this stream, the Friday Dev stream, there is no keyword. We just roll it. If you've spoken in chat at all during this stream, you're eligible for them.
Right. You're in it forever, as long as you've spoken once during the stream at all.
Yep.
As soon as you're in it, you're entered forever, so no need to spam anything.
Here we just roll it, and we will send out the codes to you at the end of the stream.
After the stream. Yeah, after the stream, we'll whisper it to you.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Let's roll it. 89 people in this
Squash Loop.
All right.
Congrats.
Squash Loop's got it. All right, let's roll a couple more. I feel
a few more. Yeah, we went a lot.
Moayne. We know Moayne.
Yeah.
Moayne definitely comes on to challenge the pros in our show matches quite often.
PoE fan. I feel like I've seen him before.
So what do you think? Do you think PoE
It's got to be Path of Exile, right?
I was going to say Power over Ethernet, but you're probably right.
Right? I mean, we're on Twitch.
There exists fans that are on Power over Ethernet, right?
I mean, it's pretty good. That stuff's pretty good, right? Well, I mean, isn't it really the other way around? Ethernet over power?
No, Power over Ethernet is because Ethernet cables usually just carry data, but if you have a real special thing, they could also carry power over the Ethernet cable.
Yeah.
Or what? Ethernet.
Well, because they have Ethernet extenders that essentially go through the electrical wire as long as it's all on the same breaker.
That's
whatever.
Right. I guess that could.
This is if you're into your home renovation stuff. You're looking to get an internet hookup where you don't have one. Anyway.
Okay, one more roll.
Roll it again. Valmort
17. Congratulations, Valmort.
Oh, man.
You won yourself some community colors, and once again, we will whisper them to you right after the dev stream ends.
Yeah.
So going a little further back, Brawl League Open Cup, super hype.
Right, so that's all culminating into a circuit event.
Right.
But there are circuit standings that exist already.
Due to the Winter Championship.
Yes.
Which was a double S-tier event in the Brawlhalla circuit, the highest tier event there is, and was the kickoff event for the circuit, the very first one. So the standings, we already have some standings there. And last week we talked about the 1v1, and we had a little video focus on the grand finals of the 1v1.
Yep.
This week, let's focus on 2v2, and we've got ourselves a very cool video to watch of the grand finals, first in EU and then the grand finals of US. So
Oh man.
If you guys are up for it, let's have a little watch. Let's go ahead and mute the Brawlhalla audio
action.
first.
Sounds good.
All right, guys, get ready for some awesome Grand Finals 2v2 action. Starting off with EU. Here we go.
Ooh, Winter Championship.
But they're gonna start off with the Queen Eye and the Valkyx into this,
And this is what you were talking about,
Ragnar
Addy
TV
Mestic,
starting off
who's now
immediately
qualified for
first game.
Baldi
He's winning this
1v1.
Ragnar instead. Might be able to kill
Just
Addy.
playing incredibly well on Team of Cake. Fairly new
That's
team,
right.
too.
Yeah. They did so well together. It was crazy. And here you can see it right there. In the first match. This is the first set. They actually did reset the bracket on them because they came in from losers. And you'll see here they went up. I think it was 3-0. Yeah, it was 3-0. Look, there you can already see they're 2-0 right now. They're about to finish this kill on the Multimum. And
The coverage is just absolutely insane. Addy diving deep, weapon tosses, and Cake just there running support.
so brackets reset now, 0-0 again. And but Multimum TV start turning up the heat after getting 3-0'd. But it goes back and forth. This was not a one-sided grand final.
Oh, that one was absolutely crazy. Addy called his bluff. He's like, I'm gonna dive all the way down. It is worth it. Part of the Creed commentary in my ear.
He did really well. I love his
Yeah.
casting.
Oh yeah. It was great having him on the mic again. Addy Mestic and Cake, man, their synergy, like even off the edge.
So this is now game 5.
I imagine they have
after-
to be in voice chat, right?
Oh,
Just
for
calling
sure.
out, I'm going high, you go low, like fade left, fade right.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they've trained so much with voice chat that they almost don't need it. Right? After they get into a match, it starts becoming very natural for them.
Of course.
So game 5, after a bracket reset, we're in game 5 here, and Addy Mestic has to 2v1 this, and it would I can't imagine that this is extremely difficult to deal with Multimum and TV in a 2v1.
Last stock.
To the red team, to Addy Mestic's 1 stock.
Going too deep, he doesn't have a recovery. Oh, he does take it back on his recovery.
Now watch this. Multimum gets the kill. Addy's like, I'm gonna go to the other side, and TV ground pounds into
TV
the floor.
already rotating over. Like, I like the thought process. The awareness was there.
And that's it. Addy
He's
wins
not
it out.
able to make it back. Man, that is grueling.
I had to include that.
Clear eyes, big hats.
Can't
lose.
Going the way of the red team. Holy business. Addy Mestic in pain.
Holy business. Alright, here we go. US
man.
now. Multimum TV1 EU. We got Starlight and Astronaut versus LDZ and Booby now for Grand Finals of US.
Oh man.
And this one was not quite as back and
Astronaut
forth.
Starlight
It happened all
stuck on
pretty
the stage.
fast.
Now Astronaut rotating to the right. Boomy hitting the down air, side light. Meanwhile, Starlight ended up giving LDC off the left.
Oh my gosh, the scramble off the edge.
Boomy is the master of the double kill in 2v2.
I know. He is an absolute terror on the side of the stage. 'Cause that was one of the things that I kept just recalling about him during Combo Breaker last year. Just him going nuts. Him and Zaloxery just off the stage forever.
Another double kill there. That time for Starlight.
Coming in to show a little bit of support for his boy so we can get back to the
Boomy,
stage.
please.
Might even get the kill on Starlight here.
Comes
Boomy,
more double
please!
kills. Double kill. Boomy gets the double kills there. Bam, there's one.
But right now, LBC and Boomy putting so much pressure
And then
down
look,
all
there-
over.
there's
Boomy
one.
gets the dare, and then the Sarah, no black hole opportunity. It's all up to Astronaut as he gets caught by the
Boomy
down
is a
stick.
murderer.
And that's gonna be it.
He's
Boomy
crazy.
and
So that was
LBC,
just-
they took
That was a
first and
3-0.
second place
3-0
yesterday
grand
in the
finals from Boomy and
championship.
LDZ. No
First
mercy
place,
from those guys.
2v2.
So yeah, that's that was the Winter Championship. Let's get some game audio back. There we go. Nice.
Fill that back in.
So, Boomy and LDZ killed it in that U.S. tournament, U.S. Winter Championship tournament. Super, super cool. Now, so, pro players, right, they got moves. They seem to know what moves to do depending on like what damage people are at, how many frames it takes for that attack to come out, depending on how much dex they have, and things like that. And it's kind of hard to gather up all that information. But with the use of our advanced features in training mode, it's not that hard. And we happen to have the best user of training mode here with us here.
I like to do things. There's a lot of tools. They're pretty fun. You can make fun things with them.
I saw it myself because when we were playtesting Nyx together, and we were wanting to see how much does it do at this damage, how far does it send him here, when does it start the smoke trail when you use this, how far down do you have to slide charge to kill him at orange and stuff like that. And I didn't realize it myself how advanced you can get until I saw TWK just doing it. And I'm like, you know what? We need to show people on the dev stream what you do with training mode. So TWK is going to show you guys how to use training mode.
Use training mode.
So let's get into it here. We have some input displays here up and everything, and TWK is going to go through some of these techniques with you guys. After that, we've got a show match ready for you with a player that I know you guys are going to love. Let's get into this. Show us some of the moves that you got, TWK, and some of the techniques you use. I mean, you're at most of the time after different things than a pro player would be, because you're actually testing things for the game. But put your mind in a state of a competitor who's trying to improve, and show us some tricks that you can use with training mode to improve as a player.
Okay, yeah, sure. You know what? Let's say we'll grab Lucian here, because there's a lot of options that you can do with blasters and guitars, different strings.
I like it.
So we'll go ahead and grab him. Absolutely love the Jack-o'-lantern skin, so we're going to stick with that right now. All right, and we'll keep it nice and simple.
Okay, shipwreck. Nice flat stage, no problem.
Nice flat stage. All right, so we're going to go over some of just the basic options that you have that I feel like if you're messing around in training mode, you should have these turned on at all times.
Okay, yeah, I think this is going to be hugely helpful for even just for me, but I have a lot of you players out there looking to turn pro. This is part of doing it.
Yeah, so the training mode,
give it to us.
It's got a ton of different features. This first tab that you're going to see has your typical, damage, stun, hitboxes, hurtboxes, turn item spawning on and off.
Cool.
I usually like to just turn item spawning off so that way I just have full control over everything.
Right.
Which you can use with the give.
That's right.
Yeah.
You can just apply
it.
Like,
I want to mess with guitars right now. Boom. Hit that. Now you've got guitars. All right. So first off, what those are going to do for you, it'll show you your hurt boxes, it'll show you the hit boxes, but only while they're actively displayed, right? They don't leave them on the screen afterwards.
That's right. And you don't necessarily need them on, right? Because you can slow everything down frame by frame.
Right,
when
exactly. So if you want to get a closer look at a bunch of things, what you can actually do is use this powers viewer.
Okay.
Now this spits out a lot of the same stuff as our dev tools. So there's a lot of similarity in there, and then you'll notice you get not only this PowerCast timeline down here, and I actually left the mouse on so that way you can see me swirling it through here.
Nice, good.
But we also have, I'm actually going to move these on out of the way.
Yeah, I realize now that we totally need to see that space there. There we go. Squeeze that. That'll be good.
We'll drop these on up over here for you. Just so that way you can see down here you have some options. Back, forward, pause, all tied to your F5, 6, and 7, which you'll see pop up on our keyboard here. They're highlighting in pink. Alright, so what we're looking at here is, I just want to get a better look at, maybe guitar neutral light.
Okay.
Right? We'll just go ahead and take a look. So what you can actually do is play it, And then with F5, you can rewind frame by frame. You can hold to go at a slightly slow rate. And with F5 and F6, you can hold them down to just kind of go backwards and forwards over the move.
Cool.
So you get to look at how it follows the swing.
On every single frame. That is cool.
Yep, and it'll give you all the data of the attack down here. Startup frames, active frames, how much damage each will do. Some of them are multi-hit, in which case that will be the total damage they'll do over this window, because it is kind of spitting out just that very raw data.
Right. So yeah, so this is some pretty raw data. I think
Yep.
most of us are gonna know already what startup frames, active frames, and base damage mean. But do you mind explaining to everybody what the difference between variable force and fixed force is when
Yeah.
they're looking at these things?
So let's take a look at this last strike right here. We've got 4 variable force, 72 fixed force.
Yeah, and that's pretty unique for like a combo starter.
Yeah,
that
a lot
won't
of these
change
setup
very much,
moves that you'll find.
Okay, so what?
Fixed force is what always occurs. It'll happen at white, and it's always the same. It is fixed. It's not affected by the opponent's damage. It's not affected by your strength. Not affected by their defense.
So it ignores everything.
Yep.
Always 72 no matter what.
Exactly. And then the variable force, you'll usually see those are ranging values between something very low, like 4 here, or up to around 50, 60.
Wow.
You'll see a
so
lot of
those
those
are the moves.
signatures with 50, 60.
Yeah.
Because
so those are
that
the moves
value,
that really matter, like what your
Yes.
stats are and what your opponent's stats are and stuff like that.
Yeah,
right?
so like Qatar side air, it's powerful spike, hits really hard. That's got just over 40 variable force.
wow.
So that gives you kind of idea of what the kind of scaling is like with different strength values, mainly enemy health values, as well as a little bit of the defense worked in there as well.
Cool. So I think it's a pretty common theme that a combo starter move would have little variable force
Yes.
because we basically always want it to behave the same regardless
Exactly.
of what character you're on.
Yeah, there will be some that start launching a little bit higher, like the hammer down light, the stomp.
Right, yeah. That one does
Towards
definitely
towards your
sound-
lower damage ranges, your whites and yellows, you're going to mainly be looking to combo into your side light. But then once you hit the orange, the reds, that's where it starts popping up high enough to hit into the side airs and other options.
Sweet.
So if we're looking at Qatars here, we get to just step through. It spits out all this information at us. Of course, all the damage and force values, even the recovery values that you see on the side here, showing 12, that is the base value before it is modified by any of your stats.
Cool.
So
It's specifically talking
that
about
is
the
just
move,
the
not
base
your character.
of the move, correct.
Got it. Cool.
So that's not exactly what's happening right here. That is just what you're having before anything is applied. Which is nice because that kind of shows it the same between all characters.
Yeah.
Let's get chat up there. Alright.
What up, chat?
So another unique feature that I like to do whenever I'm practicing things is, I might want to set the damage back to white if I'm testing out some early health strings. And to that effect, I can turn on damage and even position reset. Now, we recently just put in a new option for the reset mode, whether it is timed, which is how it has been working before, so if you've messed around with it, that'll seem very familiar, or when grounded. This is very
Oh.
useful for if you're trying to test out a bunch of different things, because it will not reset until they touch the ground again. So you can just kind of
interesting. So you
keep
can
doing
get your
it.
juggles off and not have them interrupted by...
Right. They need to
now
touch
that
the
you-
ground
Ah,
or die.
cool.
So if they get KO'd or they touch the ground, that's when it'll reset. For a lot of things, I still like to use the timed feature. It's very nice, intuitive. Works the way that I want for most scenarios. Now, this is where you get to be a little bit inventive.
Okay.
Because let's say, the good old Qatar neutral light into recovery. Everyone kind of loves that follow-up. It's what a lot of the mind games have been based
Right.
around. It's why a lot of players now, since it is dodgeable in certain ways, they will do the neutral light and then wait for a dodge response.
Right. But see, but you can use trading mode to find out, like, is that really true right now or
Yeah.
not? Is it true with my character? Maybe not true with a different character? This is
So
how
I
you
get to
figure
go
it out,
ahead
right?
and hit this, and I'm going for the exact minimum that we can here. And pretty much it'll show a dodge window if you have the stun turn out.
Yeah, you got dodge window 5 there. So he has 5 frames that he could have
It can be
dodged
done
out of that.
better than that. But let's say, you know, maybe I haven't practiced the timing and I'm still getting it a little bit slow there, 5 or 6 dodge window. But I want to get it to be a little bit closer. You know,
5.
there's 5. Let's see if we can find out to get faster. Here's how you can find out at frame perfect input.
This is important.
What you can actually
you can do frame perfect inputs by stepping through.
So we'll go
frame at a
ahead
time.
and we'll just hit F6. You could also just hit F7, which is just play pause.
Right.
You'll notice Lucian is kind of doing his little idle animation, just hovering with those guitars, you know, ready to
he's
fight.
ready to kill.
So I'm just going to hit F6. It pauses it, moves it forward 1 frame. Now, it will still accept any input you do. So I'm going to go ahead and press down the light attack on my controller here, and I will step forward 1 frame. Now, you heard that
the
sound go
sound,
off,
yeah.
right? Because it cues on that frame. It's actually going to start playing through that attack. So I can go through to the end, and it will tell me when I exit my recovery frames, because
Bam.
this
So
cast
that's
line...
the very first frame that you have control over your character again.
Right.
Right. Cool.
So
now
it'll
we're
accept
gonna-
inputs on this frame. So I'm actually going to go back just 1 more to make sure that the input goes in on that frame.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to go
So
ahead and
something-
hold down jump and heavy, so that way I get that recovery as soon as possible.
Oh, nice.
And I will step forward 1
Look
frame.
at that. So you did the jump and the recovery there in 1 frame
Yep.
on the exact perfect frame that you're out. of
Frame
recovery.
perfect input.
All right.
So I
let's
can either
a
step
little bit.
through, or I can just go ahead and hit play.
Ah, so it turns out 4 is actually
There you
the
go.
perfect amount. And do you think that would change based on what character you are?
So that will scale with dexterity. If something does have a lot of that recovery value, which we see here 12, that is your variable recovery.
That's
That
what gets-
is affected by dexterity.
Ah.
Similar to fixed and variable force, we have fixed and variable recovery. So fixed recovery is just straight frames, always the same, every character, no matter what. So you'll see a lot of designated combo starters will have only fixed recovery. Pretty much like every signature ignores dexterity, so whether it has fixed or variable, it's always just fixed.
Yeah, well, that's because we design the signatures
Yeah.
manually to
Right.
fit the character, right?
Exactly.
So,
But designated combo stars, like your sword downlight, your unarmed downlight, things like that, they will have just fixed recovery. So it doesn't matter, the advantage, frame advantage does not change depending on the character.
interesting.
And I talk about this frame advantage, which is really just how many frames am I able to do things while the opponent is still in stun. And here we'll be able to kind of figure this out as this neutral light hits, and they highlight that blue color. You'll see that designates they are still in stun if you have the stun display on, which we made sure to turn on when
Right.
we first went in. So now I'm just going to kind of count after this move ends, this frame right here. How many frames are they still in stun after I've recovered?
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, 3. So Qatar Neutralite is +3 on hit.
Right.
So I have 3 frames where I get to do things and they do not.
They're just stuck in.
They
that
are
stuff.
still in stun. Now, if the frame advantage were high enough, I would be able to combo. This
Something
would
like
actually
sword
combo it.
downlight. You'll see has a whole mess of
Right.
of frame advantage. Right. I don't know the number exactly, but I'd imagine you're something like +9 or 10 or something like that. Because you have
Exactly.
enough time to jump side air as a true combo, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, this is where you find that out.
So here we can find out exactly what that dodge window is. And the nice thing about the dodge window display, it takes into account the 2-frame startup for dodge. So here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then hit on the 7th. So 6 frames out of stun. It accounts for the 2, if you want to do the math for us, 6 minus 2, 4, so it's going to go ahead and display that dodge window of
Nice,
4.
nice.
So you don't have to worry about that. I'll just be like, alright, how many frames did I have to press dodge and get out of that?
So we we actually spent way more time on this than I thought
Oh,
we
man.
would, and we've barely gotten through stuff. So
We're gonna turn
if
this into, like, a little bit of a
wanna-
series
Yeah,
here.
we should probably just
there's
do
a
one
lot.
that's all
We're-
about this. But
we
real
definitely
quick,
get into the advanced features.
just to wrap this up, I'd like for you to go through the thing that blew my mind when we were just practicing together, and I had a question and you just showed it to me perfectly in training mode, and that was where you kind of like played one character and then controlled the other like backed up, controlled the other character to do what you wanted it to do.
So-
And I think that would come in really in handy for stuff like slide charges, things where you need the opponent to be in a specific spot and you're
Right.
trying out like a situation, so you need to recreate the situation, which is totally possible to do with the way we have our training mode.
So
set up.
let's go ahead and say, you know, we went for this, the neutral light into recovery, just right there.
Right.
So we'll leave it a little bit more open there. And if I actually go ahead and now put current bot controller over to player, now I am the one controlling the bot. So with this changed, if I rewind enough to get back to where I input that neutral light into recovery, I get to have that same exact situation, except now I'm the one being
You
hit.
get to be yeah. Here we go. We've caught up now.
Yeah, so now,
So now
if
you're
we're going in
controlling the
here,
Orion.
I'm the Orion. Let's say immediately after this, I know he's going to go for the recovery. I'm thinking about what are possible ways to beat it. Well, we'll go ahead and rewind just right in here. I'm going to try dodge back and see what I can do after that. Oh, you get some nice... Maybe that was a guaranteed punish. Let's find out. So here's Lucian going here, and when I hit him, the timeline under here with the cast timeline, he is still in recovery.
Yeah.
He is not yet out, so this is a guaranteed
That's guaranteed.
punish.
Yeah. If they go for that, even if it's frame perfect,
Yep.
you have this is your option to get a dodge back recovery. And
Exactly.
there's 3 other options that we
Oh,
don't
there
know
are
about.
always a ton
Right?
of options.
Yeah, and you can practice each one of them by doing this rewind, change the control options for the bot, and then
Yep.
replay it all.
There's a lot more advanced things that we can get into. I know we went a little bit over time for this, and we've got to move on to our next segment, but we will turn this into a bit of a series of how to use training modes more advanced.
Yeah, we
features.
went through like 20% of what we were planning on going
Yeah.
through. So yeah, we should totally do something like this more in depth later on. Maybe we make a little video series out of it.
Yeah,
So that's a little taste of training mode, little advanced techniques with TWK. Trust me, there's a lot more. There are a whole mess of things that you could be doing
Oh, yeah.
in training mode. So, without further ado, let's get on to our show match, of which I think I've forgotten the...
Oh, well,
I think I forgot the...
that's all right.
See if I
we
can just remember
we
it
can
off the
just
top of my
message
head.
him.
Is that it? Dang. Oh, I thought I
right.
had. All right, we'll send a message.
Let's
How
just
about
message
we
him.
do some community color code giveaways while
I mean, it is time
send
for
him a
that
message.
regardless.
Okay,
so,
yeah. Okay, you do some community color code giveaways. I'll hit up our guy.
all right. So here again, it is community colors. We are giving these away. Their Steam key unlocks a color palette for your entire account, and there is no keyword. If you've been active in chat at all, you are eligible to win these. So we're just going to roll them, and whoever ends up winning, we will whisper you a code after the end of the stream. So let's see. Pikachu Zero, congratulations! You're winning some community colors, as well as Ethan Iyer 1020.
Ethan Iyer.
Very
My
nice.
life for Iyer.
2D Lexa,
Cool.
congratulations! You're winning some community colors, and
Gonna
we'll
do another one? Yeah, there we
S
go.
Body 2.
S
You've got
Body.
some coming your way after the end of the stream as well, and
Well, let's do
we'll
another
roll one more. Hecka 680.
Congratulations, Hecka 680. Again, we'll be whispering you these codes after the dev stream finishes. So, moving on now to our fantastical Alright, so, got
The
it.
show match we've got lined up
Show
today.
match time.
This is gonna be great.
All right, so
I think we've got a
without
little-
further ado, is it all
Yeah,
set up
it
on this
is,
scene?
it
Are we ready to
is.
go? So, all right, here we go. Here we go. Boom!
Hey,
That's your boy Wrenched right there. Recently sponsored
guy.
by Fable Esports.
But those guys.
Wait.
Yes, that guy. By those guys. So that's awesome because he has been performing incredibly well.
Yes, he
through
totally
the end of last
deserves that.
season. This season, amazing player. Really happy to see him sponsored.
Smart move by Fabled Esports picking up Wrench before somebody else did. I know he was considering a lot of offers at the time, actually,
man.
with all his dominating performances lately. So, good on Fable. Good on Fable.
Yeah.
So, here we are, guys. Here's your chance to fight the recently sponsored Wrenched in a 1v1 show match right here, right now on stream with Foda and TWK Casting. Rune number is 98709. Let's see what the community's got. And you know what? I bet the first guy in here is going to be Grave Rage. Let's see.
I'm usually, he was saying since it's
Whoa!
Grave Rage learning keyboard.
Learning keyboard.
All right. So a little bit of the change going over. I know I saw him in chat saying he might pass up today because it's an NA player.
Right.
At least that's what he was saying. But it looks like here he is. The draw is too much. He
It's
could
never,
not deny
it's
it.
never stopped him before. We know
No.
Grave Rage is an EU player, but he's basically fought every pro
He's
that
gotta,
we've
he's
had
got to
here.
keep the method going
That's
now,
right, that's right. And he's done pretty well before despite being on US. So here we go. Our boy Wrenched, Fable Esports Wrenched versus Grave Rage. Let's see how it goes here. Now Wrenched still playing the same Ember with the same skins. You gotta respect his dedication to his skins. And we're about to see he's playing Bo now. Now what we were saying a lot before during the US qualifier for Brawl League Open Cup. Ooh, we almost got the kill right there. Is that he seems to use Katars for building damage. Wow. And then switches to Bo to get the kill. But right now we're seeing him, he just threw some Katars away. It looks like he's going 100% Bo right now. And that's pretty interesting.
Wow.
I mean,
a weapon that a lot of people have been saying has kind of fallen out of the meta. It was very present last year, but
indeed, yeah, with
after
all the Koji
BCX,
playing,
it was hasn't seen much play due to other weapons.
right, and that was I think that was a result of it being countered by some of the other weapons that are in the at the top of the meta. Clearly every weapon is capable because Wrenched is just killing it with his bow. But oh man, another stock for
Working
Wrenched.
on a 3-stock.
He just might be getting a 3-stock here against Grave Rage.
Oh man, here we go. I like seeing Grave Rage play Nyx. It just
that
fits with his
could've
name.
been it.
Wow.
That was a very good recovery, right? Josh straight up, exactly at the end of that, used his recovery.
Gotta be careful not to clip the wrong side of that corner.
Yeah, you gotta be careful not to cancel out of the dodge, right? If you dodge diagonally, you have to make sure you use your recovery at the very end of all that. And, oh my goodness,
3-stock!
3 stocks, Wrench
Oh.
of Fable Esports is crushing it already. Now let's
Good
see
stuff.
who else is going to come up next.
Pentalix,
We've seen Pentalix compete
Lucian
on the
PA
dev
in
streams
chat,
before.
he's going woohoo. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
The PA does stand for Pentalix. We confirmed that last week.
We do. Oh yes,
Yep.
nice.
Yep.
That's good. Good that we know that now.
Because he's always been here every week challenging the pros as well.
Indeed, yeah, we see a lot of the same names come out. It's like a circuit we have to put all the pros through.
And I think he's being too kind to me right now. He's using that favorite Lucian skin of mine.
That's definitely an homage to.
Oh,
What?
Wow!
Hey, thank you for the subscription.
Thanks for the sub.
I was so confused for a second. Like, wait, the game's on.
Me too.
We didn't
Me
just
too.
launch
And then I
the
looked
game.
over and surprise,
All right,
surprise.
thanks for that subscription.
Yeah.
Cooey, wow, awesome. Used his Twitch Prime subscription on us. That's what an
That's
honor.
awesome. That is awesome. All right, Wrenched, working up some damage against Pentalix here. Oh no, the clash denies the ground pound. There's the side
Might
air, the
be-
weapon
oh, he
toss.
almost
Can he
got
convert
that.
it? Keeping the pressure up, but no kill just yet. Here we go
Right.
into the shenanigans on the left-hand side. Ooh, just misses that side air. Nice evasion by Pentalix.
Oh, that might be it. There he goes. Wrench getting it. And, you know, Ember doesn't have a whole lot of strength. Still managing to get the kill with that recovery. Just goes to show how damaged Pentalix must have been, considering that Lucian is one of the highest defense characters in the game. So
He's got a
really
pretty beefy stat spread.
Yeah, as far as like the damage calculations go, this is very much in Pentalix's favor, right? And Wrenched is just using his dexterity and speed to make up for all of it, because as far as strength and defense goes, Lucian's like a perfect counter to Ember.
Yeah, I
You know,
mean,
high defense.
with the higher defense and the higher speed, he can definitely outlast her in the long run.
And Pentalix picks up a kill. Wrench now on a fresh second stock to see if he can close Pentalix's stock out soon enough, and almost gets the side air to finish him off there.
You know, whenever anybody ground pounds down the center there and the other player just hangs on the wall, you know that detached side air is coming.
Yeah.
It makes me so nervous every time. Ooh, Pentalix right over the edge.
Pentalix doing a great job right now. He's totally keeping up with Wrenched.
Going toe to toe. Wrench does have quite a bit of a damage lead. He's just looking for the kill now.
There it is.
Ooh, recovery
from
does
Bo.
the trick.
Interesting. Now you were saying about hanging onto the side there, hopping off with a side air when people ground pound.
Yeah.
I actually see a lot of ground pounds, like, instead of hopping up, Wrench got another kill. Instead of hopping off and doing a side air, a lot of times with Bo, because it has such high fixed force,
Yeah.
they'll if it's low enough, they'll ground pound them even at like white or yellow and
Yup.
get a kill off of it because they're so low. And no matter how much damage you have, Bo hits a pretty good distance
Exactly.
with the ground pound. So that's a good move to do. We see Wrench pulling that off in tournaments quite a bit.
pretty great.
He did not hit him with the ground pound there, and oh my goodness, Wrench switched it up to Asuri.
Ooh.
My favorite skin color combination as well.
Oh, really?
So props to
Gotta
Wrench.
rock those heat wave, the summer colors.
All right,
Oh
here we
man,
go.
can't wait for those to come back around.
Did we just lose sound effects? Like we
What?
still have
No.
music. Oh no, that's just me.
That's just
me.
you.
I have a funky headset here.
Yeah, your earbuds are
That
well
was
used.
that was weird because I was hearing the music just fine, but not the sound
Oh,
effects.
interesting.
It was like I was missing a channel. It was weird. Okay, here we go though. Wrench already starting things off pretty heavy. We saw Zach. What's his full name there?
Zachcraft.
Zachcraft. Awesome name. He did not have a border on, but I believe he was just barely avoids the weapon throw there.
Wow.
Wrench steals it with a side air. He didn't have a border. I think he was just hiding it though.
I think so because he's doing really well.
He looks like at least a platinum player. You can usually tell from their movement, right? Like
Right.
how skilled they are, and he's definitely no noob.
No, not at all. I mean, he got Wrench to the orange while Wrench got him to the red. Unfortunately, now it seems like Wrench is kind
Dang.
of dialing in on his tendencies. A lot of dodge reads happen there, which is
Yeah.
why Zachcraft is already in the red on his second stock.
Yeah, and as a pro player, fighting when your opponents change so wildly, like they would in a show
Beautiful
match.
signature right there by
Nice
Zachcraft.
down sig from Zachcraft gets the kill onto Wrench.
You know, he was covering the recovery back to stage because that down signature hits all around.
Yeah. There it is, side air from Wrench,
Wow.
fast fall side air.
But yes, I interrupted you. You were saying
I kind of forgot what I was saying. Just that. So much of playing well relies on like reading your opponent.
Yeah.
That it's sometimes pretty difficult for a pro player to switch up like this. When they're doing show matches, they're getting a whole range of different skills,
yeah.
right? And you just kind of get used to playing against other top players when you're at the top, like Wrench is, right? And we've seen him. He's so good at fighting against the best players. And he must have to be really switching it up now to play against people in show matches because they're not dodging the same way, they're not moving the same
Right.
way as pro players would.
the tendencies and patterns are a little bit different for the meta at that elo level.
Right, and it's not necessarily like inherently better one way or the other, but you can get to the same place in many different ways, right?
Right.
Wrench seals the deal, gets another kill, and I
stock.
think we've got time for one more match here. Let's see who Wrench is gonna fight next. And it
Sick.
looks like Sick
Sick.
from Innovation Esports. All
All
right,
right,
let's see
I
what
like it.
Sick can do.
Okay. Wrenched going back to Ember. Sick with the Cassidy.
Cassidy, man, you know what? I'm a new fan of Cassidy since seeing Remy wreck so hard with Cassidy after practicing it for only 2 days.
That was
in the
crazy.
US,
That was crazy. I
Brawl
mean, Remy,
League Open
an
Cup
incredibly
qualifier.
skillful player. You know, I imagine he wouldn't have trouble adapting to any character.
That's a good point. That's a good point. But he was pulling off like I think what he wanted to do was like use hammer combos, and for that, the best hammer combos you can get is with the most
Yeah.
dexterity you can have, which is Cassidy, right? 8 dexterity with a hammer. No other character brings you anything like that. But back to what's happening here. Wrench with a super slick spot dodge there to avoid damage. The spot dodge on Bo just looks cool. It looks more impressive than what actually happened, right? It's like, yeah, he spot dodged. No, he did this cool like 45-degree barrel roll.
telling you, man, some of these animations, so good.
We got good animators, man. So this is a pretty even match. Sick here is giving Wrench a run for his money. They're both in the red, and Wrench is pulling off some unusual moves. I've not seen him go for a gravity cancel down light like that. And there, with the
Ooh, the
reverse
dodge
side
read,
stick.
though.
That indeed, a really good dodge read from Wrench. That side air, he clipped the floor there, so he's got enough jumps to get back. Oh, maybe not.
Oh no.
Maybe not. So he didn't actually land on the floor. Before he did, Wrench just slapped him onto the floor, and since he wasn't hit stun when he bounced off, he didn't recover it. He didn't gain any of his recovery options back. That side sig just might be enough to take Wrenched out. Will Sick be able to get the edge guards here?
Not
He
yet.
does.
Oh, beautiful side
He does.
air.
Despite Wrenched recoveries being so creative and effective, Sick still managed to get the edge guard. And this is a high caliber of player we got here from Sick.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, confirming the low damage gun combo. I like it.
Smart play, smart.
Because, you know,
play.
that side light, it'll do a little bit more damage than the side air.
That's right.
So
It
while
is-
you
it
can
is a
get it,
very
you
high
definitely
damaging
want to.
move. Oh,
Wow, Sick actually taking the damage lead here.
this is impressive.
Ooh, wrenched. I really like that. You know, the short
Oh,
jump. Wow!
wow! Oh, he might
Turn
live.
around. No! Just
Oh
enough.
my goodness, that was an interesting play by Wrenched. He was behind in damage, but it did not matter. He got the
back
gimp
to
that
back.
he needed.
The crisscross side airs.
Crisscross. Well, let's see what Six really wanting to even this up as soon as he can, and that might do it. He's got Wrenched off. Here comes some more edge guards. There it is.
Ooh,
And
the
once
recovery.
again, Wrench did not make it past 6 edge guard. That's pretty surprising.
It's a really interesting mix-up that, you know, Sick kind of worked in, because the first time, you know, you do expect that hammer recovery.
Right.
And we saw that, you know, taking off Wrench's first stock. Wrench was kind of expecting the recovery, but Sick ended up going for the side air, which
Mixed-
covers a different angle.
Mixed it up.
But the
Mixed it
second
up.
time, you know, it looked like Wrench was really trying to play around that side air, gets caught by the recovery.
All right, so here we go. This is intense. Oh, Wrench! I
Ooh,
can't believe
Wrench,
he went that
please,
far.
you're
He
crazy.
almost died.
Slow down!
Wow!
That was nuts.
That was insane.
That was nuts.
That was so.
He just turned it on like, I'm done playing the game right now.
Oh my
Let's
goodness.
close this up.
Wow, Wrenched. Wrenched is a crazy person. Okay, do we do one more? Let's see what Wrench wants to do.
All right, yeah.
We'll give him one more if he wants it.
Yeah, we'll see if he wants to do the one more. We are a bit over time as it is, so
We go
Let's find
overtime.
out. Oh, he
Basically
locks in
every day
Ember.
we go in overtime. He's like, oh yeah, I want this. Let's go. And this is against Delta G, who we have seen compete in these pro player show matches before.
yeah, I've been seeing a lot of players from Alacrity.
That's right.
You
Yeah,
know,
Alacrity. They got, and they're always punching above their belt. I know.
Oh, yeah.
Alacrity. They've got a lot of players in gold, got a lot of players in black. They all play like they're diamond.
It's crazy.
Might be because Alacrity's got some diamonds that are in there
Secret
training up their
rooms,
buddies.
man.
That's how you got to do it, man. That's how we did it back in the day. You know,
Yeah.
all the Boo guys, Egg Soup, Pugsy, all of them. When they finally got together and trained really hard with just each other, they improved so quickly.
Yeah.
They're like, so I think that might be part of it. Delta G definitely does not play like someone who's in gold. So here, let's see if he has what it takes to fight against Wrench, who's just a crazy player. We see Delta G playing
the
brand
signature.
new, nice.
That was an efficient
guitar
kill.
side sig. Yeah, and that was like a chase dodge too, right? He completely read where he was gonna go after that.
Yeah, I like
Hit
that.
stun
The
ended.
side stick, you know, it was just enough for it to close out.
Whoa!
Wrenched! What are you doing?
Whoa! Recovery, chase dodge, recovery. That is just brutal.
Wow. I mean, if you're looking to tack on a bunch of damage, that is one way to do it.
Oh, nice pickup from Delta G.
Ooh, got wrenched on the side. You know, I always get so nervous on that right-hand platform just because it's so close to the kill line.
Sure, yeah, almost any move will do it despite whatever damage you're
Whoa.
at. Side sig coming from Delta G's Nyx.
Wow.
That is a powerful move. Powerful move.
I love how it looks. You know, the spooky
Oh,
wisp comes out.
Oh yeah, you love spooky stuff.
I love spooky.
It's a good move, right? Regardless of how much force it does, or how fast it comes out, it moves your hurt box in a unique way.
Yeah.
Which is always good, right? Because that means that your opponent needs to know specifically how he's gonna move around with that. And what a sweet down sig coming from Wrench. Because he was already
Yeah,
like
we've
he-
seen him
he
use that one a
crossed him.
lot.
Yeah, and he always does it the same way. He uses it in a position where that step back at the start of the sig crosses over to the other side of
Yup.
his hitbox. Super nice plays from Wrenched here. Fable Esports, man.
Good
choice.
choice. Good choice. All right, wrenched. Up one stock. Damage getting just about even. A little bit more to go. Here we go. Looking for the kill on the side.
Delta G's in trouble. Oh wow. How is Wrench gonna finish this one off?
Delta G evens up the stocks.
It's 1-1.
Beautiful recovery
Now
pickup.
it's not impossible.
Two in a row for the gun recoveries.
Yeah. I think Delta G might be able to do something. Like he's covering that weapon. I think Wrenched doesn't want to use the weapon right now.
Wrenched is more than
He's
happy
like,
to go for.
he's trying to get
wants-
fancy here.
I see.
He knows it's the last show match. He wants to give the stream a show, and that is the purpose of the show match.
I mean, absolutely.
Give him a show.
Delta G's like,
But
I don't know,
Eddie,
he's blowing
Eddie-
my mind here with a lot of these Nick Sig
Yeah,
pickups.
Eddie Wrench might give this up in a little bit. Delta G's ready to.
Oh, wrenched. He wants to style so badly, but Delta G.
Delta G was matching it. He was like, okay,
saying,
let's go on.
No, you cannot style on me. I will make you respect my plays.
And this could be it from Wrenched. One more ground pound.
Oh,
There it is.
yes.
Perfectly timed. Wrenched once again getting the win and goes undefeated through all the show matches. Amazing play coming from Wrenched. And to all the players who challenged Wrenched, we appreciate you guys coming out. I hope you had a lot of fun. I really like this segment that we're doing, playing, letting everybody play against the pro player
really
in show
good.
matches. That's cool. I know I'd love to do that in so many different games. I'd love to be able to play against pro
Right.
players like that. So them getting an opportunity to do so is really fun, I think, for me. You know what? Giveaway time.
I think so.
Right?
It seems about right.
It's totally giveaway time. So we're at the end of the stream here, so we're gonna do the big giant giveaway where we give away an in-game item. Could be a skin,
Yes.
could be a sidekick, could be a taunt. We don't know. But before that, I think we should give away a couple community
roll
color
'em.
codes, just real quick.
And again, these are just active. There is no keyword. If you've just spoken in chat at all, you are eligible to win these.
That's right. We got 186 people in here right now. We're about to roll between them to see who wins. Booser Raphael. Yeah, you take the
All
mouse.
right, yeah.
We got good synergy with this.
There we go. Congrats. You've got some community colors coming your way. They will be whispered to you after the end of the stream.
La Rock, congratulations, La Rock. You've won yourself some community colors. Let's keep rolling them.
Zwar.
Zwar. Nice name. Zwar.
Beware, Zwar.
And
Four eyes. I like it.
Clever.
I like
clever. All right. So, one more.
One more?
Yeah. let's
Uno
do-
mas.
Uno mas.
Bravo.
Muy bien. Blaval gets the last community color giveaway. Not the last one, because in addition to the in-game code that we give out
Yep.
in the big final giveaway, we also give away some community colors. So let's load that up. I see you've already
Alright.
got it ready. Let's add all the viewers from this. Don't worry, guys. No need to chat. No need to do anything here.
Yep. If
You're
you are
all-
just watching the stream, you are good to go.
That's right. You're all automatically in it right
Hey,
now.
look at that. All these people.
So the way we do it on the esports dev stream is if any subscriber or mod or developer wins the giveaway, or Moobot, then we're gonna give away 2 things.
Oh man.
And if on that second one we get yet another one, it'll just keep going. Like if basically if everybody who's watching this subscribes, it's an endless loop of giveaways. So just saying.
Yeah. It could go forever. Oh no, please do not.
What is this?
Go hang a salami. I'm a lasagna hog. Sure.
That's some Thursday dev stream stuff right there.
Let's get Thursday dev
That's
stream
some Thursday
craziness outta
stuff,
here.
man.
Epi, what? I don't.
Wait,
What are
wait,
they
wait.
doing on Thursdays? I do not understand. Go ahead, ask Raven what the heck he was doing. Ask Dolce what they were doing. I feel like that had to be mostly Dolce, right? Right? Maybe I don't know. When the two of them get together, like crazy stuff happens.
That seems like a Dolce thing. So I left a gift here for the Tuesday dev stream.
Oh my god.
Friday rules, Tuesday drools. Here we go. Let's do some
This
giveaways here.
only represents Foda and Foda's thoughts, not my own. I will see you at work on Monday or next week altogether. Foda, I don't know. I guess they've seen it too. Oh!
That was pretty loud. RIP headphone users.
Yeah. No, jeez. I'm just gonna leave those there.
Just deaf in one ear now. All right, who's it gonna be? Squash Loop.
Squash Loop with
Wait,
the double win.
didn't Squash Loop
What?
just win? He was the first
What?
winner of Community Colors.
Rigged.
Can we
So
allow
rigged.
that?
So, I mean,
right,
there's
let's see if-
nothing that's ever like.
See if we don't have a rule against it.
No,
it just
we don't.
never happens.
I think it's happened once before where a community color winner was also the big giveaway winner.
That's
But
crazy.
it wasn't the first one.
That's crazy.
That's
well, is
crazy.
Squash Loop here? He is. Squash
Yeah.
Loop wins it again.
It's your lucky day, man.
That's crazy. Squash Loop.
Wow.
What are you doing, Squash Loop? How'd you hack our systems to get all the giveaways?
Rigs, all the rigs.
Man, I feel like that's kind of a little disappointing for all the other viewers, right?
It's crazy.
It's like, oh, that guy already won. Why is he winning again? Like, okay, well, we're not gonna take anything away from Squash Loop, but I'm thinking we should roll again.
So,
and give these
I
guys
wonder-
another shot.
Are we gonna like try and make that a rule now? If subs, mods, or
Previous CC
winners
winners
from the day?
that creates another. That just seems like a good rule to me. I mean,
I don't know. We'll roll it today. We'll see. We'll see.
sooner or later we're gonna be giving away too many things.
Oh my gosh. If your
Friday
name
rules,
contains
Tuesday
a
rules.
letter of the English alphabet, you win.
You get a prize. You get a prize.
That is the final
Everybody gets in-game time.
form. Good lord.
All right, here we go. It's totally not going to be somebody that creates another repeat. I saw LDZ in there. LDZ. But, hey,
Oh,
Soda!
that was you!
Oh man, I'd have been so hyped.
Nihilus.
Nihilus. All right, let's see if Nihilus is here and if he wants these prizes.
So, Cool Cocoa Bean, what's this giveaway for? This is some mystery in-game item. It could be anything.
It could be anything. Could be a skin. Could be a sidekick. Could be a taunt. Could be an avatar. Something from Valhalla, basically.
something-
Along
and some
with
community
a
colors.
community color code. Indeed.
So let's see. Yeah, there he is.
Nihilus is here.
Yes, give me,
Congratulations.
yes.
Give me.
Yes.
Yes, give me.
Give me yes.
Congratulations, Nihilus. You've won. Thank you for
A
coming
winner
out.
is
A
you.
winner is you.
Good job.
Let me go ahead and write his name down here before I forget, because it's got 2 N's in it.
That it does.
That would just kill me later on. All right, guys, that was the Friday Dev Stream. Thank you all for coming out. We really appreciate you being here, and
Yeah.
sticking around for all our awesome esports stuff. Being a Brawlhalla esports fan is a big deal. All right, you're in here on the ground floor, right? We're blowing up, but we're still in our infancy. It's gonna be so much more later on, and when it is later on, you're gonna be all like, "Oh, I was there before it was mainstream," right?
Oh my gosh.
And we will remember you guys when that happens. So once again, thank you for coming out. We appreciate you guys being here, and we'll see you next week.
Take it easy.